Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, the greatest track athlete of this generation. I'll say it. I'll stand on it. She went out there in a semifinal for the 400 and broke the American record at the 400 while jogging home the last 30 meters. Acho, what do you have to say about this performance, man, and who she is as an athlete in general?
Sydney is the most under-discussed, underrated, underpraised athlete since the turn of the century. She is a 6-time world record holder in her primary event. And then in her secondary event, she just set the record in the most difficult country that there is to set a record, the American record. And she didn't just set it, she beat it by roughly half a second. 48:29 she ran in one lap. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is what you think about when you think about an athlete's dominance. There are a few athletes and maybe no woman more dominant at their sport than Sydney McLaughlin is dominant at her sport, particularly her event. An absolute phenom, an absolute monster, an absolute freak when she steps on the track. Sydney's one of one. She is the one.
To put in perspective what Sydney McLaughlin just did, 47 seconds in the women's 400 meters has not been ran in 40 years. And when it was run by Eastern European athletes
Illegal.
in the middle of the Cold War. If you want to go look at pictures of those athletes, I encourage you to go do so. You're going to see some muscle, okay? You're going to see some bull shark testosterone, as they call it out there, okay? She is going to probably run 47 seconds in this final 40 years after the fact. As a matter of fact, Sydney McLaughlin is the most athletically talented generational talent that we have seen in the sport of track and field since Usain Bolt, and it's not a discussion. She went out, broke world records, and nearly lowered the world record in the 400 hurdles by 2 full seconds. One lap around the track, 2 full seconds. You're back maybe 40, 50 meters. It was the second place finisher. Usain Bolt came into the sport. He made waves. He won world championships time and time again. He was unbelievably dominant. She is the same level of dominant, and she has 2 competitors probably closer to her than Bolt ever did. And I still think she's going to smoke them tomorrow morning.
It's
going to be amazing.
Let's talk.
It's going to be amazing.
Here's what I love. And now Sydney knows I love her. I love her husband, Dre, so I'm going to be real. I love that Sydney dropped down into the 400. And I'm going to talk to you for a moment, and I'm going to talk to y'all. It's for the track heads. For the track heads only. The 400 hurdles, her dominating that event, it's impressive, but it wasn't that impressive to me. Because the first year of the 400 hurdles, I believe, was the 1992 Olympics. So Sydney dominating an event that's only been around for 28 or so years is not as impressive to me as individuals that can dominate 100 like Usain Bolt, or even a 400 that's been around since the beginning of time, running one lap. But if she can step down and dominate the 400, now we talking.
Yeah.
Now we talking. Grand opening, grand closing. But she still has to beat Paulino, and Marlady Paulino, and she still has to beat Saweed Nasser. Yeah. If she can do that, then I can stand with you and say she is to track what Usain Bolt was. But the difference was Bolt only ever won gold once he hit his prime until 2017 when he got hurt.
Yeah, it was 2008 all the way to 2016.
Correct.
He was untouchable.
Correct.
He was untouchable.
And
he won everything.
Sydney's not yet untouchable in the 400.
Not
in
yet.
The 400.
This is her first time competing in a world championships in the 400, though. So if she does go out there and she does defeat 2 of the best of this generation, in my opinion, at the 400, they both run times faster than the American record already. If she goes out there and beats these 2 girls, dog, we're talking one of the best athletes to ever step foot on a track. And I genuinely believe she's already that. But if she
does it in the 400,
yeah. And also, if she breaks a world record, I'm being so serious.
If she does that, retire.
Yeah.
Retire.
If Sydney McLaughlin breaks a world record set by if I'm being honest, dopers.
It was illegal. 47.6.
Way back in the Cold War era, 2 Eastern Europeans ran from countries that haven't been even able to come close to breaking 48.5. If she breaks that record, not only is she one of the greatest track and field athletes of all time, I believe she's the greatest athlete in the world right now.
Bro, that is the most untouchable record in all of sports.
Yeah.
For the record. 47.6, I'm done talking about it.
Yeah.
She breaks that record, lace up the cleats, it's a spikes, retire.
It's done.